this easy. Now, Emmy, it's easy to have a situation. We are very good at emphasizing on how. This is how we do it. This is how it's done. This is how he did it. This is how she did it. This is how they arrived at this. But when there is no standard, what do you use in measuring the outcome of how? That's to say, Showunmi is basically saying what most Nigerians are saying. We were told that Tinubu is the this, is the that. He did this in Lagos. He can do this. He has the ability to do this. He has the ability to do it, but it's been 89 or about 90 days now. We are asking what has been the major landmark of the Tinubu's administration. Between like almost at his 100 days in office, what is that major thing we say, yes, he's been able to hit this and it's fixed the right way it should be fixed?
The question we should ask, it should have been that, what are the Nigeria problems? And how do we...
He listed all of them.
How do we overcome this? He didn't even list what I expected. How do we overcome the challenges?
What did he miss?
Yes. He showed me, right? Mm-hmm. The man we talked about that you just Wiki as a round.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The man mentioned something which is very, very attractive, and I implore Nigerians to take this into their heart. He said, don't make the enemies of your enemy your own enemies. Mm-hmm. Because these leaders know themselves and they know how to reconcile. In other words, don't hate this person because of his political beliefs. That is not same. Your principle. That is not same with you, or because of his principle. Because these people who call themselves principal and the rest of know how to reconcile them, and everything is okay. But you and I, who are on the street, to reconcile us is difficult because that acrimony will always be there. Now, he's talking about the state of the Nigeria, right? And he is a candidate, or he was a candidate in the just concluded elections in Nigeria under the People Democratic Party.
He was also this one time the spokesperson.
And also a spokesperson, right? Now, looking at this, it means he's a politician and has been involved in the politics of the country and the states he hails from, which is Ogun State, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Now, the things he mention, I would have said there is so much sense, but I came to conclude that there are just sadist vituperation that he just did. Now, they talked about the problems under PDP. PDP were in power for 16 years, right? What award did they hand over to Nigeria? What is the state of the poverty and the jobs? Now, let's look at this. We are looking at Tinubu now. Where Tinubu came in?
No, I want you to separate something.
Yeah.
He is an opposition party. The role of the opposition is to check the ruling party.
Yes.
Now, with the things he listed, for instance, I started by saying that Tinubu has been made to be this larger-than-life individual. He did it in Lagos. He can do it. And I asked you, looking at what Showunmi said, all the things he listed, and the person of Tinubu and what we expect of him as Nigeria's president. It's about the 90th day in office. It's about 10 days to his 100 days. And we're asking, what is the major impact he has made that we can say, yes, this is the Jagaban?
That's true. Now, that is why I make mention of that man. He talked about the state of the economy, right? When Tinubu took over, or when he takes over the oath of office, we'll be talking about no jobs. When the people have no jobs, poverty will be there. Because if you don't work, you don't have income, how will you have a purchasing power to buy other things, right? But the man understood that for us as a country to have a balanced payment and to have a balanced trade payment and the rest of it, we need to produce. We need to encourage the productive sector. And if we can get this done, what will happen? That is why he told Nigeria in his broadcast that we are setting out 75 billion naira to fund 75 enterprises.
Emmy.
Manufacturing enterprises. Let me just land on this.
Okay.
To fund manufacturing enterprises. Now, if you have 75 billion naira set out, and these manufacturing enterprises
because of time,
have access
to
1 billion naira each to boost their productive capacity. What are you doing?
These are projections. Let me paint a quick picture for you. we're looking at, you have the experience, you were the ish before the elections. You have been the ish in Lagos, you made Lagos what it is, and all of those stories. Now, let me bring a Peter Mba to this picture, a governor who was also inaugurated the same day with the president of Nigeria. Peter Mba, during his campaign, talked about how to secure Enugu to ensure that investors can return. As soon as Peter Mba came into office, he hit the road running. Peter Mba immediately began to fight the insecurities aspect of it. Peter Mba was chased from the release of Nnamdi Kanu to ending sit at home. He was in Abuja visiting security agencies. Today, Enugu State is back to doing business on Mondays. He took decisive actions. So you're looking back, you can say the first 100 days of this month, I mean, this is amongst other things. This is what Peter Mba has been able to do. What is it in the Nigerian scene? Can we say this is the push that President Tinubu has been able to make from 29th of May to the next 100 days in office? That's what I'm asking. Forget about Showunmi right now. Just give us a specific.
Do you know why I got to quite listen to you? You counted umba. And you say he tackled the security situation in Enugu. Through what means?
He fought. He made moves.
I'm coming now.
He was involved.
Through what
means? Something on President
Through what
Tinubu.
means? Are you not aware that immediately President Tinubu appointed Nuhu Ribadu, there was a security meetings and the issue of the Southeast was discussed? That the nonsense we are
Sorry. This was Mba's agenda.
I am coming now. Hold on. I'm coming. I'll say Nuhu Ribadu, the National Security Advisor.
No.
With President Muhammadu Buhari at this same
that's not what we are asking.
We are talking about the achievement, what he did now, isn't it?
Give us a spectrum.
That is what I want to. You don't want to hear it. That is it.
I'm
you
waiting.
Don't want to hear it. If you want to, I am telling you the insecurity situation in the Southeast. The South is not part of Nigeria. Enugu State is a state in the Southeast, isn't it? And I'm not telling you that the president and the NSA had a security meeting and they ensured that, and they declared that the nonsense in the Southeast must be ended. And what did they do? They deploy more persons. Yes, they deploy more persons to the Southeast and champion the cause of ending nonsense sit at home and the rest of it in the Southeast.
Sorry, Emmy, hold on, please. No, Emmy, hold on, please. This was not President Tinubu's agenda. President Tinubu's agenda, his renewed hope agenda.
Renewed hope. You can't have hope without security. And he told you he will ensure he will build on Buhari's achievement on security. You don't want to hear it. Yes.
What was President Buhari's achievement in security?
In security?
Yes.
Don't you know that under President Buhari, that is where the Nigerian military has what they call equipment to withstand the Boko Haram? That is where we have intelligence center built, the biggest and functional intelligence center built in Abuja. That is where we have...
We are informing the public.
Yes.
Under President Buhari, under his government, Southeast became the Southeast that is messed up with insecurity today.
Yes. Under President Buhari.
What has Tinubu done as a president? Peter Mba had agenda, like I said, during his campaign.
Peter Mba did this through the collaboration of the Nigeria police military.
That was Peter Mba's agenda.
His agenda, because the president said, the president called security people into place and told them that the insecurity in the Northeast, you can't have a renewed hope. When there is insecurity in the place, the people cannot trade, the people cannot go to work, the people cannot fight, the people cannot do their usual trade. So what do? We need to end it. And the president made it as his core agenda to ensure that he end the nonsense. That is why we saw IPOP, Hideout and the rest were raided at Asaba in Anambra State. Before now, we saw what was happening in Anambra State. Is this
so you mean
we saw the one in the Imo State. Has it not reduced? The president said, this is what we must end. Yes, has it not reduced?
The news recently.
Has it not reduced?
Emmy, so in all of this, now you're trying to say that President Tinubu's achievement for the last 90 days in office is tied to the achievement of the Southeast governor that they have been pushing.
No, it's not tied. No, it's you that refuses to accept the truth. So what is the specific
thing you can say that in his 100 days
I am telling you, in 100 days, Tinubu have reduced the level of insecurity in the Southeast. Because he said this even before the Peter Mba you were saying. Go back to your record and confirm. You are a journalist. What? Tinubu called a security meeting that has to do with the security situation in the Southeast and gave a marching order through the office of the National Security Advisor, and there was a reshufflement of security personnel in the Southeast. And for the sake of those who will accept the truth, I know that the truth it is what I am saying right now.
For the sake of
Tinubu has achieved in terms of security in the Southeast. You don't even want me to enumerate that. I was talking about the economy.
You have 2 minutes.
I was talking about the economy. You don't want to hear that one.
No.
Then
Emmy, you have 2 minutes.
Tell me.
What has he done in economy? Please go ahead.
In economy, through production and the rest of it. First, he signed specifically, he signed 4 executive orders to address the fiscal policies and double taxation. Through that 4 executive bill that he signed or order that he signed, we now have a reduction of the 5% taxes and double taxation were reduced. Now, what encouraged people to produce? If the business environment is not conducive, you'll be discouraged. And once you are discouraged, you'll be thinking of winding up. And when you wind up, what happens? You create more unemployed people because people will be sacked, definitely. And there will be want of goods and services. But the man ensured that to free the business environment for entrepreneurs, investors, and producers, we need to check on friendly monetary policies, or we call it fiscal policies, which he tackled first and he addressed it.